The Middle East ceasefire is in danger tonight as Iran fires multiple waves of missiles at northern Israel, the first since the fragile truce was brokered in April. Israel says it has intercepted the missiles. Much of the country has been put on alert this evening. It all comes after Israel carried out deadly strikes on the southern suburbs of the Lebanese capital, Beirut, targeting, it said, Hezbollah, the Iran-backed armed group. President Trump has tonight urged the Iranians to get back to the negotiating table. John Sudworth is in Beirut for us tonight, and Wyre Davies is in Jerusalem. Wyre, bring us right up to date with what's been happening and what Israel's been saying.
Yeah, Jane, well, the last 24 hours have been very tense in the region, and this attack by the Iranians had been anticipated. And tonight, people in northern and central Israel were sent scurrying to the shelters after warnings of a launch of missiles from Iran. None of those hit their targets, but we understand we've got first-hand accounts of missiles being intercepted over the northern Israeli city of Haifa. There's been a stern response, particularly from the hard line of Israeli politics. The outspoken security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir tonight said that Tehran must burn. The big question is, what are Tehran's intentions? There were apparent scenes of jubilation in Tehran as some of those rockets were fired, and the Iranian Revolutionary Guard said that this was just the start of a week-long campaign of missile attacks against Israel. They further said that they would be firing rockets around the clock. The big question now, I suppose, is will Iran follow through with those threats, or can they be encouraged to step back from the brink? Donald Trump, we know, has made comments about this, and we understand that in the last few minutes, Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu have been speaking on the phone. Of course, the American president was known to be quite angry with Israel's intentions in Lebanon and elsewhere in the region, and perhaps he may be able to persuade the Israeli Prime Minister that enough is enough, and it's time for both sides to get back around the table.
Wyre, thank you. And let's head to the Lebanese capital. John Sudworth is there. Bring us up to date from where you are, John.
Well, Jane, it's become increasingly clear in recent weeks that the conflict here in Lebanon, just like the crisis in the Strait of Hormuz, is a complicating obstacle to America's efforts to strike a peace deal with Iran. And although that may seem to have taken the White House by surprise, plenty of critics here in the region will say that the risks were there all along. Hezbollah joined the war in support of Iran back in early March, firing rockets over Israel's border. Israel has been desperate to hit Hezbollah targets here in Beirut, and America has found itself in the peculiar position of trying to restrain Israel, of reining in its military activity for precisely this reason, because Iran has made it clear for a long time now that strikes on Beirut would pull down those efforts to secure peace and risk an escalation. What do we have today? We had a strike on Beirut, and once again Iranian missiles in the skies over this region. Two quick things to note, I think. Reporting out of Washington suggests that Donald Trump is saying he did not give Israel authorization for the strike on Beirut, calling into question, of course, just how much influence he still exerts on Israeli military policy. And secondly, he is calling, as you said, for Iran to stop firing and to return to the negotiating table. Not much of a threat of a sanction, also suggesting that the limits of American power are in evidence there too. There are no easy answers to resolving the conflict here, and America itself appears to be struggling to find them.
John Sudworth and Wyre Davies, thank you very much. The latest there tonight in the Middle East.